into my yard. We had a long day out here of doing things. Well, when I say we, just keep in mind it's mostly my husband. He cut the grass. We weed whacked together, so that's kind of nice because we hadn't done that yet this year and it was getting a little out of hand. We actually made this today. I just wanted to show off some of the new additions and kind of talk about things in my yard that make me happy, because this is honestly, maybe it doesn't make sense why I'm talking about this, and I'll probably explain more throughout my vlogs that I'm trying to work on. But yeah, this yard has not been necessarily an overwhelmingly happy place as it should have been, but it finally is. I found this at the dump, this Canada flag, and some people thought, why would you even bring that back from the dump? But I thought it's in great shape, it's beautiful, and it's a Canada flag, so we put it on our shed. I got this idea a couple days ago because we have been starting to have backyard fires. So I wanted to make some kind of like wood shed to store the wood in. We had these pallets that we got last year because I thought I might use them for different things. And I just thought, why not make use of these? Everything that you see before you is 100% free. So yeah, we made this today out of pallets, and I'm really sorry if the camera's shaking. That is because I'm actually shivering. I do have shaky hands, but I'm in the shade now and it's actually a bit cold, so bear with me. But yeah, we made this out of pallets today, just 2 pallets on the bottom, 2 upright, and we just screwed it together with some screws. We put 2 boards kind of going across this way on top to kind of make it into a whole structure, and then we added these planks that are going kind of upward here and there to make a bit of a slant, and then we just covered it with a tarp. So yeah, this is just all stuff we had. So see, you can see the tarp there holding it up, and then yeah, when it rains it should run right off of there fairly well, and our wood will be able to now dry out. We had put this wood in our actual shed over here, but it was not drying very well because it's a closed-in structure, so I had to kind of come up with a new idea. But we have tons of room in here, and actually over there, maybe you can kind of see. I don't really want to like film people's yards because I'm not a fucking weirdo, but here I am. There's all this wood over there in my neighbor's yard, like that they have had trees that have fallen down, and they said take as much as you want. They've cut it into logs, so yeah, we just have to split it and we can take as much as we want, so that's awesome. So yeah, let's go for a little tour. Alright, so starting up here, I have my gazebo once again. We had to replace the screen, so the screen's a little wonky, but it works. And then over here, we have our lilac bushes. I wish I had have taken better pictures while they were still blooming, but it's just starting to be like the end of lilac season, so you can see they're all turning brown, but you can still kind of smell a little lilac. But honestly, they have grown a fair amount since I planted them last year. I'd say they grew maybe a foot, I don't know, but they're getting a bit bushier, so that's cool. Definitely exciting. Obviously this is really nice to have. It's been nice starting out the summer with it, to be honest. It's the first summer I finally felt at peace here. And then look at this little find. I got this at Dollarama. It's a bee hotel. I don't think any bees have quite discovered that they're supposed to move in, but either way, it's a very cute decoration, and it serves a purpose for solitary bees to live in, apparently. So that's something new I just learned this year. But I actually want to maybe make some more. You can make them out of bamboo and whatever, like a little wood house. So, and then this is the first time I'm using this garden. So this is my dedicated pumpkin patch, which last year I had 2 pumpkin plants just the same as this, and they grew out of control. So I do think this is quite necessary. And then we've got this, which makes this area honestly a lot more usable, because imagine being 2 feet away from God knows what's happening over there. Still got a couple pine trees left here that are growing actually at a pretty good rate. I'd say they kind of double in size each year. And then back here we've got our fire pit, which has got some random stuff in it ready to go. So yeah, we've had a couple fires. There hasn't been a fire ban so far, so I'm really hoping we do better this year as far as no more wildfires would be nice for everyone, of course, but it would be nice to be able to enjoy having more fires this summer, especially with our new little woodshed. And then, oh, we didn't get to weed whacking over here today because our weed whackers ran out of juice, but here's Gracie's little spot. And I did actually put mulch around the lilacs and also around here. So, yeah, this is her little bush. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember, but anyways, it's a cute little, it's one of those really common ones with the little puffy white flowers. So, yeah, it's starting to fill in with some leaves. And there's been like a lot of all these little white flowers down here. You can see those are like wild strawberries that just grow in my yard, and there's a ton of them just all around her little area here. So I think that's very sweet. She's got her little peaceful resting place right here amongst the trees in the forest, and God knows she would have enjoyed sitting here in the sun. That was her favorite thing to do. So there's a good look at the yard. Alright, well, I'm sorry if the sun is making my face look weird, but I don't want to be facing directly to the sun because I don't want to get blinded. But I thought while I'm sitting over here next to Gracie's little spot, just thought it might be a nice spot to kind of talk a little bit. I don't talk particularly loud in my yard because we still live next to some pretty terrible people. Hence the privacy screen. You kind of saw a bit of a glimpse of the fence. I did show some of these things last year, although I did private that video. I feel like there's a lot to kind of talk about, and I don't really know like how much I should be talking about right now. I did make 3 videos last year. They might still be on private whenever someone watches this, or they might not. At the moment I've chosen to private them because it was a good way for me to document what had gone on, but I didn't really want them to stay public, so I've just put them on private. So they still exist on my channel and I still have access to them, but yeah, just put them on private for now. But we are, if anything, I'll just talk about this for now. We are able to now finally enjoy our yard. We were pretty seriously harassed like all of last summer. It pretty much started from like March throughout most of the summer and all the way into the fall, and then we had a somewhat peaceful, like I say, a fairly peaceful winter, and that's mostly because we were spending a lot more time inside and nobody was really needing to be face to face. But even after the fence went up in the beginning of August, and there was still things happening after that. So I'm not going to get into any of that right now, but just know that that's what I'm talking about when I say I'm talking quietly in my yard. I'm grateful that this spring, when I emerged from my hibernation, there was a fence blocking anyone from being able to access me or see me, and I finally feel like when I go into my yard, I am not seeing anyone. Even this, I'm just going to show, even this privacy screen, like this was not here until this spring. We put this up in March. So even though we have the big beautiful wooden fence up at the front, and it does make most of the yard nice, but like coming back here, beyond being in my garden, coming back here, having a fire, enjoying any part of this part of the yard was not really, and even, you know, people would sit somewhere around this region in the backyard and would still be able to fully see me when I'm way over there, just from the angles they were parking in their vehicles in the backyard and able to direct their vehicles to be pointing in a direction that they are staring directly into my yard. It wasn't like it was a very odd thing. Trust me, these people are not normal, but yeah, even having this fence completed last year, it never fully felt private until we put up this privacy screen in the spring, and now I finally feel like I have the most privacy I could have, given, you know, the setup of the yards. You can't really change that, but of course I would love if it was a fucking fortress, brick wall all the way up to the sky, that I didn't have to have anything to do with them. But as far as yards go, it's as much privacy as we could make, and it was all 100% necessary to just be able to enjoy our yard because of the harassment we were facing. So yeah, it's not something we necessarily wanted to have to do or felt like we should have had to do to feel private, I guess is more what I'm trying to say. But now that it is here, we finally have some kind of peace. And even then, there's still lots going on that I can't talk about right now, but I'm hoping one day I can share and we can kind of close this chapter fully. But yeah, even with the utmost privacy and going through everything we went through last year, it's still not over. Even though I think one of my videos, the 3 videos I mentioned from last year, I titled one of them "This is where it ends" or "It's over" or something, like kind of saying I'm done, this is the end of the story. It's not over. So yeah, I do hope to be able to talk about that more eventually, and trust me, I definitely will. I want to, but yeah, it's just not the time right now. But I want to make more vlogs this summer. Obviously this channel has a lot of travel vlogs. I've been lucky to be able to start traveling quite a bit in the past year or two. So that brings me joy, honestly. Just, it's a great way to remember a trip for me. I like taking pictures, but also just kind of vlogging as I go. It's a very easy and fun thing for me to do. And then editing them, I actually quite enjoy the editing process. I always have enjoyed editing videos. So I think kind of having a pause to that in the summer where I'm like, oh, I'm not traveling right now because I'm just enjoying the beautiful weather here in Ontario. Oh my god, there's a dragon. Oh, that is so sweet. I don't know if I talked about this before, but dragonflies, I have one on my shoulder, a tattoo. This is where my cat is buried, and a dragonfly has always been something that I've thought of as like a symbol of, not that I believe in this necessarily, but like a symbol of someone watching over you. And I know people say like, oh, there's signs, and I don't fully believe in that, but if I were to believe that there's a sign, I think a dragonfly landing on me is always a sign of, you know, someone from my past who's maybe passed away now, kind of saying hello. So that is really sweet that a little dragonfly landed on my shoe and is hanging out with me. Hi, girl. Boy, I don't know. Very cute. Yeah, there's been a lot of dragonflies around here. And there it goes. But yeah, so I enjoy vlogging. I enjoy traveling, of course, but I'm not constantly traveling. So I thought, why not just film some of my own life, kind of just vlog when I feel like it. There's lots of cute things going on, lots of sweet moments, especially in the summer when I'm spending a lot of time outside. I absolutely love being in nature, being outside, being in the sunshine. Of course, bringing the cats out, anything like that. So I'm just going to document kind of some of my summer. It might be a really random vlogs, and as I've always said, this channel is 100% for me. I make this because I enjoy it, and it's, if no one else watches, it's for me to look back on and have memories that are documented in video form. So I do make it purely for myself, and if anyone else watches and if anyone else enjoys, I think that's great. But yeah, if it's a little sporadic and weird and put together in kind of random ways, I try to make things flow, to be honest. I'm trying to actually get better at like making it a bit more of a, I don't know, cohesive vlog, but at the end of the day, it's for me. So I think I've talked enough. So I'll show you a few more things in my yard, and I think you're sick of seeing my face, hopefully, because I sure am. Yeah, let's just look around my yard a bit more, and this is how we'll start off, because I ended off my vlog last year talking about the harassment, showing a tour of my yard. It has gotten better since. I've added a few new things that have made the yard even better, and especially this privacy screen and finally feeling private and all that. This is really the first summer, this is the 3rd summer we've been here, and it's the first summer that I feel like I can actually enjoy my space. And it should have never been that way. I should have been able to enjoy the space in a house that I bought from the start, but it was never, unfortunately, that way until we were put in a position that we had to make it this way so that we could enjoy it, you know? So it is finally my sanctuary, and I'm very happy for it. All right, coming up to my garden. We were so busy today. I meant to plant my sunflower seeds, but I totally forgot, so I might do that still this evening, or I might do it tomorrow. this is my garden. So this sage just grew completely on its own and continues to grow. This oregano we planted 2 years ago, and yeah, I need to definitely prune down some of the messiness of both of these because I never actually took the plant away at the end of last season, but it has just grown like instantly. Before I even started planting my garden, this thing was already going, so I have to deal with that, but I'm just showing like a first glance. We have some lettuce there, which I did not expect to live, but it seems to be doing okay. And then the unfortunate thing about this garden is groundhogs, I'm assuming, maybe rabbits, but I am thinking it's a groundhog, has come and taken a few of my plants. So I did have watermelon plants, and I did have a cantaloupe there, and I had 2 cucumbers, one of which has completely disappeared, the other one does not look so hot. So I might go replace a few of these things and find a better way to predator proof it. And by predator I mean little gophers. But I guess gophers don't like to eat, or groundhogs, whatever, don't like to eat zucchini. So hey, I still have a zucchini plant. And then even though I have a fenced in little area here, I have no clue how they got in. They must have either climbed over or found a way to stick their little butts under this, which, like, truly it's quite secure. I guess you could get in, but yeah, I had a bunch of stuff here. It's like I'm showing off my garden, but there's nothing left. But yeah, unfortunately they took my cauliflower and they took my cabbage, so that pissed me right off. But I still have 4 romaine lettuces. I guess they don't like romaine. And then we've got beans, which are going to be like the climbing type. So I gotta add all the fixtures in soon, but this is just the first walkthrough. These are peppers, 4 of them, sweet peppers. And then we've got 2 different kinds of tomatoes here. So grape tomatoes and beefsteak. So I do have my cages. I was going to try to set this up a little better. Like I said, either today or tomorrow. We got a little wild with our building project. It took us till like 5 p.m. So I'm just like, maybe I just want to sit and read my book at this point. But yeah, that's the first look at the garden. It did look better before the animals came and ate half of the stuff. But honestly, as long as they don't fuck with my tomatoes, that's kind of one of the most important. And the pumpkins. The pumpkins are kind of my pride and joy. I just enjoy growing pumpkins. Okay, now coming out to the front, I'll just kind of do a quick little glance at some of the things. So I've got my birds of paradise out here enjoying the weather. It's been living out here ever since it got warm enough. I just added this year a cute little hummingbird feeder, and we've seen a couple hummingbirds. Currently trying to incubate a few things, some decorative gourds, hoping to get some really interesting gourds this year as part of my pumpkin patch. And then I've got my garden. You can see little sprouts. They almost look like dragonflies to me, the little sprouts of the morning glory. So I planted those seeds, and these are my 2 hostas that are doing well. And then over here, my other garden, it's hopefully going to come around, but it hasn't really yet. A repeat thing from last year, my lovely hammock spot. I do enjoy that. And then we've added a couple things. So recently I had friends over and we painted birdhouses. So yeah, I've added some cute little birdhouses to the trees. Once again, thank you to my hubby for helping me put that up. But yeah, I don't know if birds have discovered them, and I don't really know if birds really want to live in birdhouses, but they are there mostly as decoration, potentially as places for birds. And then I'm gonna try not to like film my neighbor's yard because absolutely not interested. But here's my other little birdhouse right there. I think it's very cute the way I painted it, so I don't know. Maybe birds will live there, maybe not, but I think they're very cute. And then last but not least for my decorations, it's kind of twirling in the wind a bit, but you can see it there maybe. There. I made a little evil eye because it's in the Turkish and in the Greek culture as a symbol of protection, so I think why not have a little extra protection, a little eye keeping watch. All right, well, I'm gonna hang out in my gazebo and read in a few minutes, but the last thing I wanted to show, this is also new. There's a couple little last things, I guess. This has been here since before winter, but we used it as, I made it completely by myself, and then we mounted it to this lovely piece of birch wood that we got from our good neighbors over there. And we cemented it into the ground. So yeah, we had this bird feeder. It's not in use now because it's spring and I don't want to feed them in the summer or anything. I also made this catio, also thanks my husband helped me, but this was my complete vision. I drew this out, went to the timber mart around the corner and completely made my vision here. So that's for the cats, but so far they don't love it. It could end up being for these guys, so this is where I want to kind of finish up. I'm definitely going to be trying to get more chicken content, if you will, because they are very cute. They do a lot of cute things. Earlier today we got to see them. They dug these 3 little holes over here and they were like bathing in the dirt. It was adorable. They were just all sitting in their, 3 of them were sitting in these little holes they dug, rolling around, but they are obsessed. Maybe I'll show you what we also discovered. They like dandelion leaves, which I think is totally fine for chickens to eat. So we've been feeding them dandelion leaves and they go nuts for them. And I think that's why they are coming right up, because they are like, where's our food? Yeah, we started getting 4 eggs a day from them as of about a couple days ago, this past week. And so they're just over, we've had them for just over 4 weeks. So it's perfect timing that they've started laying to their full potential. Which is what we expected. And then over here you can see that dangling treat. I made more of that chicken treat recipe that Catherine and I made a few weeks ago. We made this, she showed me how from a TikTok, and I got the recipe and I just made more last night. So that's a fun little treat for them to peck at and they love it. And then yeah, they've got their cute little setup in here. I have all the doors open just to let it air out a bit in the warmer weather. But yeah, I'll show you how they eat dandelions, and then, you know, in subsequent vlogs, I sure want to show a lot more of these guys because they do a lot of really cute things. Even just watching them eat is like, they're just cute to look at. I could stand here for quite a while and just enjoy them. All right, watch how they fight over these. You put it in and they go nuts. Everybody gets 1. No, why did you get 2? Yeah, that one should get 1. Oh, now they fight over them. It's ridiculous. Okay, you already had 2. Missy, this one's a bit of she's a feisty one. This is Matilda. She's the feistiest one of them all. Oh, okay. Emine got it. So yeah, this is, I should make a dedicated vlog, but this is Matilda, that's Emine, that's Linda, and that's Fatma. So they have names now. I'll maybe go into more depth about that eventually, but okay, I'm gonna give you a few more dandelion leaves. They just love them. I'm like, what is the joy of eating dandelion, I wonder? But she's not even eating them. She's just wants to be the one to snatch it. Fatma, I do think Fatma, I kind of gave her the most unfortunate name, but she's also like the most antisocial of them all. Girl. Oh, that one, they will jump. I didn't think they would jump. Well, jumping chickens, I guess. Yeah, they are they love dandelions, so that's something that my husband actually showed me. He was the one that, I guess, discovered that. Yeah, they will fight to the death over their food. Okay, that's it for now, girls. That is all, but yeah, they are so cute. Alright, well thank you for watching my first kind of vlog. I do think as I continue these, they might just be more like random clips strung together, but this one was a bit more structured, I guess, just because I wanted to give a full yard tour. I've been really enjoying my yard and I just wanted to kind of get a quick little tour done, just so I could just show all the things that bring me joy, and all of these things do, especially these guys. These ladies behind me here. So yeah, I will definitely be making some more over the course of the summer, whatever comes. I don't really have any real plans, but I do think, why not just show what's going on day to day. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and see you in the next one.